It's like a step back in time. You see all the new ballparks, they're sanitized, they look corporate, but when you come here, you see it's real natural looking.
There's no place in baseball quite like Birmingham's Rickwood Field, a throwback to a much simpler era. Opened in 1910, it was the vision of Birmingham iron mogul and team owner Rick Woodward to build the city's crown jewel for his coal barons that would stand the test of time.
When it was built, it was one of the first concrete and steel ballparks, and it was ahead of its time. Rick Woodward got Connie Mack, one of the greatest baseball names of all, to come here and give him advice on building it.
Ironically, they took a cue from America's northern steel town and modeled the ballpark after Pittsburgh's Forbes Field, built 2 years earlier in 1908. For the next 8 decades, over 180 Hall of Famers would play at Rickwood, but by the 1980s, the place had fallen on hard times. No one knew what the future was going to be. The Barons packed up and moved over to Hoover to play at the Met, leaving Birmingham's once bustling ballpark in shambles. But that was all about to change.
Well, a group of businessmen called the Friends of Rickwood were formed in the early 90s, and they saw that the park had gone into just a great state of disrepair, and they were looking at ways to try to keep it from getting torn down and becoming another relic in Birmingham.
Considered by many to be the greatest ball player of all time. But beyond.
And that's when Hollywood called, giving Rickwood Field a brand new purpose, exposing Birmingham's hidden treasure on a global scale.
The guy that wanted to shoot the movie Cobb, Ron Shelton, saw this as a great place to film the movie, so they got together with him and they pumped some money into the ballpark, spruced it up, shot that movie. That's one of 3 movies that's been shot here. The Soul of the Game was shot here, which is about the Negro Leagues. Then 42 was shot here in 2010, which is the story of Jackie Robinson.
In fact, the Negro Leagues has always been a major source of Rickwood's rich history, serving as the home of the Birmingham Black Barons from the 1920s until the early 1960s. And with Major League Baseball now recognizing the stats from the Negro Leagues as major league statistics, it elevates Rickwood's status as one of the game's big league contributors.
It also means that Rickwood Field is now the oldest major league ballpark in America. We could always claim to be the oldest ballpark, but now that the games that were played here were considered major leagues, it's a major league park. It's really, really big in our history.
It's that unique history and legacy that will live on forever as one of America's lasting baseball institutions.
It just carries on, and when you come here, you feel a sense of history. You look at the field, and it's big, and you look at the grass, and it's green, and you look at the infield, and you feel the dirt, and it just feels baseball. And it's something you just can't get anywhere else.